Hey, what's up guys? Joker here, back with an all-new edition of Topless Tech because it's hot as fuck in New Jersey today. So, we're going to be getting fired into the news topics regardless, and I'm shirtless because the air conditioner has to be off while I record. You're welcome on both accounts. So, yeah, we've got a couple of news stories in the world of tech and gaming, mostly gaming-related stories. We've got a leaked custom board partner 3080 Ti card, actual pictures of the box and card itself, which looks exactly like a 3080 and 3090 variant of the same exact card. It's really nothing that exciting. Also, Sony is going to be having its huge sale starting tomorrow, so if you've been waiting to get some games, maybe things like Last of Us 2, which recently got a 60 FPS patch, good news, that's going to be on sale, so if you've waited this long, you might want to wait another day longer. Also, Euro Truck Simulator 2 is getting official multiplayer support. Finally, how long has it been? I don't even know. And Days Gone gets its 1.02 patch, which should fix some mouse and keyboard issues if you've been having problems with those. But first, today's video is brought to you by Prime Tech Mart, where you can grab software products like Windows 10 Pro licenses for extremely cheap. They've also got Office products and Visio, as well as many more. You can save a lot of money on these keys with something like Windows 10 Pro. You can grab for just $21.43. It's a lifetime activation, so you don't ever need to renew it. You don't need to create an account with them in order to be able to buy it, and you get your key in just a matter of seconds. And if you hit up the links down in the description below and you want to save yourself an additional 20% off of any software over there, just go ahead and use my code JP20 at checkout, apply that, and it'll drop down 20%. So here on Windows 10 Pro for $21, we drop that down to $17 and you're fully activated for life. For more information, check out those links down in the description below along with the coupon code. First up, though, let's start over on videocards.com with this leaked images of the LEDtech Winfest Hurricane RTX 3080 Ti. You can see it's a custom variant of a 3080 Ti, seemingly. It says Ti on the box, so it must be the case. Although apparently this is exactly what the 3080 version looks like, which I can't really verify, as I've never seen this card. I've never seen a variant of this card. I've never heard of this brand in my entire life. But here it is. It is a 30 Ti existing, which means they're coming soon. We already know this. It's probably coming very soon. June 3rd is the latest rumor, and this is a card that you will not be able to own for a couple of reasons. Number one, as I said, I've never heard of LEDtech in my life, which means it's very likely either only a Chinese sold card or possibly EU as well. There are some brands that you'll see mostly in just the EU and China, Asia areas that never make their way over to the United States. I could be wrong about that with LEDtech. Maybe someone's going to tell me down in the comments that, they had cards out back in 1996 when people were still picking up sticks. But honestly, I've never seen them. So as far as I'm concerned, they don't exist. And the 3080 Ti also, just like LEDtech in the United States, will not exist because no one will be able to buy them until retailers implement a fucking queue system. Really not that hard of a concept. It's been done for ages in certain countries, but in the United States, it's almost non-existent. I have not seen a single retailer offering graphics cards or current-gen consoles via a queue system, which would, I don't know, make sense. That's just me, though. Next up, continuing talking about things that people can't buy, the PlayStation 5, or this also does apply to the PlayStation 4, as tomorrow Sony is set to be launching their Days of Play sale, which is kind of like their version of the Steam Summer Sale that they do annually. It's going to be running from May the 26th all the way up until the June 9th, and they have got some big titles on there that are going to be on sale, some that have not been on sale yet at all, like Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, that has not really seen any sales yet. All the prices they have right now here on this page are in UK prices, and according to them, these are the only prices they can get right now. But there are some pretty good sales going on. Miles Morales on sale for £43, Sackboy for £52, really great game. Played that in co-op with a friend, and we had a blast. It's not as good as the old Little Big Planet games because those had so much more content because of the community creations, which are completely absent from this game, but it's also sort of a different type of game. It's more of a 3D platformer rather than just a platformer, so I guess there's more complexity in that, but I would love to see a level creator in Sackboy: A Big Adventure because it would add so much more content to it. Demon's Souls Remake on sale for £60. Hell of a sale. Hell of a sale. Not really. It's not a very good sale at all. I believe it's £70 regularly, which is already extreme butt rape. 70 pounds is more than $70 in the US. It's like closer to like $83, $84. So seeing it for £60, excuse me if I don't wet my panties. PS4 games, though, we've got some very good sales on there. Days Gone, £17, although don't know why you'd buy it. It's on the PS Plus collection. That's only if you own a PS5, though, obviously. And you can now play it on PC. We've got a new story coming up on that in a little bit. Marvel Spider-Man, £17. Last of Us 2. This is probably the most exciting one on the list, being on sale again for £23. This game has been on sale before. It was on sale a couple of months ago. It was on sale back at Christmas. I paid about $30 for it, which is pretty equivalent to £23. But the big deal about this one is it recently got a 60 FPS patch playing at 1440p, and it runs smooth as silk. And I bought it back at the holidays, booted it up initially, but it was running at 30 frames per second, and I was just like, I know this game is eventually going to get a 60 FPS patch, and I had to wait about 5 to 6 months for it. But eventually it came very recently, and it runs fantastic. I'm glad that I waited, and yeah, golf. Some of you may know what that meant. Others not. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to get into it. Spoilers, though, potentially. Next up, Euro Truck Simulator 2, a game that holds a very special place in my heart, is finally going to be getting an official multiplayer update from the developers. So this game has actually had a multiplayer mode for quite a long time, like probably 6+ years or so, I would guess, which has been done by the modding community, but it wasn't, fully fleshed out, but it was still really the only option if you wanted to get on this game and be able to play it with your friends. It's something that I've done in the past, and honestly, a few nights here and there where we had a large group of people on, all playing at the same time. I can't tell you, one of the best gaming memories of my life. Not just because it was Euro Truck and the gameplay or whatever, but it was like just having all of these people like in the camaraderie of driving trucks together. And it was like so weird because there's so many of the people that were like naysayers, like, oh my God, I can't believe you spent all this time playing Euro Truck 2. Like I went through a spell where I was playing Euro Truck 2 constantly. I loved this game back in the day. I've definitely fallen away from it in recent years, but I used to play the living shit out of Euro Truck Simulator 2. And we basically convinced a bunch of people to download the game, and then we all played it together, and everyone was blown away. They're like, I can't believe that I like this game. This is not what I would ever play. This is so much fun. And it was just one of the best gaming moments I've ever had and probably will ever have in my life. I don't think that there's anywhere to go from there, honestly. I mean, playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a group of 10 guys late at night, listening in to the same exact radio station and singing along to the songs and driving down the road, making jokes, talking shit, doesn't get any better than that. I don't care what you say about Call of Duty Warzone. It doesn't get any better than Euro Truck Simulator 2 multiplayer. So the new Convoy Mode, which is coming to Euro Truck Simulator 2, as the official multiplayer option, as it's been called, has both benefits and limitations compared to the Truckers MF mod, which would allow the community to play together. The Convoy is a much smaller take on the multiplayer with private sessions built for 8 players, which is still a good amount. Good luck finding more than 8 people to play Euro Truck Simulator 2 together. That could be quite difficult. But the big benefit it has over Truckers MP right now is synchronized AI traffic, time, and weather, so you won't be driving empty roads when you're in a session with your friends. So that's great to hear, as everything will be the same for everyone that they're seeing on their screen as far as what traffic's on the road and all of that. So when you see a car, cut out in front of a truck, then they see that car cut out in front of that truck, and, everyone's going to be all on the same page there, rather than just kind of leaving things up to the imagination and just being able to play together, which is still pretty great. But now having everything with an official support is good as well. There is also already an open beta for American Truck Simulator, which I admittedly have not played anywhere near as much as I did Euro Truck, because it was just very limited when it first came out, but they've expanded it a lot since then. I've always been meaning to go back to it. Maybe I will now that they've added in the multiplayer support. So American Truck Simulator already has an open beta for the multiplayer mode called the Convoy Mode, but it's also going to be coming to Euro Truck Simulator 2 at a currently unannounced date, so I'll look forward to that when it does happen. And I'll probably try American Truck Simulator multiplayer. Maybe I'll even get on my buddy Kurt, who I've done videos with in the past, like It Takes Two recently. We play all our co-op games together and multiplayer stuff pretty much together exclusively. So maybe if you guys are into it, we'll boot up the American Truck Simulator Convoy Mode and go drive some trucks together. That would be quite a blast. Last up, but certainly not least, Days Gone has gotten its 1.02 patch on the PC. I honestly didn't really notice any issues with this game when it came out, but apparently there was some complaints from the community about mouse and keyboard support and some issues there with the mouse movement and camera controls and all of that. and it seems like those have now been addressed by Ben Studios. So the official patch notes released, there's only 2 here. It says it fixed camera issues when using a mouse and fixed difficulties with the mouse feeling like there is a dead zone, which is if you've ever used a gaming controller, when you kind of move the analog stick, there's a certain amount that you sort of have to move that stick before it actuates and you actually can see the movement happening on the screen or whatever action you happen to be taking with it. So that's kind of what a dead zone is. And with a mouse, there really shouldn't be any of that. That's kind of one of the reasons why a mouse seems to be so much better for aiming in shooters and stuff like that. Not the only reason, but one of the reasons is it just has a much more responsive, low latency feel, because if you move the mouse a centimeter, then, you know, equivalently on the screen, you're going to see it move like that based on, you know, your DPI settings and things, various mouse settings, sensitivity settings and all that. But that kind of thing really shouldn't be there on the PC like that. Mouse like acceleration, things like that really just shouldn't exist, especially in a game where you have to aim and shoot, which Days Gone you do. Although it's not a competitive multiplayer game, you still got to aim and shoot, and it's arguably better on a mouse and keyboard when you can do that kind of stuff for aiming. So yeah, good to see that they are addressing it and getting on top of some of these initial issues that the community is having for Days Gone on the PC. But again, as I said, I played the game on release date on Steam, and the game ran beautiful. I didn't really notice any issues with mouse and keyboard. Not trying to say they weren't there, but to me it felt absolutely fine playing the game initially. But if people were having issues with it, I'm glad that Days Gone is getting on top of it and addressing them. But that is all I've got for you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and enjoy the rest of my day and hopefully prevent my teats from sweating any more than they already currently are. I'm going to end this video now and wrap it up so I can put my air conditioner back on. And I wish you all a fantastic day. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already. Ring that bell for those notifications. And goodbye. Ta-da.